Welcome. I'm the motherfucking Batman, David John Lincoln, aka the Savage Bat, and welcome to another Sunday Restore the Snyderverse stream. And who knows what we'll be talking about? Perhaps a Little Mermaid, or it could be anything. you never know with this channel. Right, welcome everyone. Nightmare Robin and Batman. Everyone knows who they are. But the new guests, Talladega Plays, been meaning to get you on for a while, and Retro Nerd Girl, a internet favourite of mine. You're amazing. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's really, really, really cool.
Thank you for having me as well.
Yeah, no worries, mate. And like we said, fellow Brit. It's small world. He only lives around the corner.
Yeah, and I'm really glad to be able to share the panel with these guys. I have seen you in the chats and stuff and other streams, so a big pleasure to share the screen with you guys.
Oh, yeah. The screen with you too.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, pleasure is mine, really, to be honest with you. It's great. HR4's into place. Lord Koj. There you go, chat about. Yeah. And how Lucas, mate? You alright? Dope panel. More to come as well. Just we've got some more guests coming. Yeah, I say we covered a little bit of this yesterday with Zod. About what would you guys think about the Rock releasing that trailer with the Justice League 2-second footage? And everyone went nuts about it, obviously. And then removing it without the Justice League footage and putting corrected with the fist bump. I mean, that's pretty big stuff of The Rock to recognise that. What do you guys think? We'll go around Talladega Plays in like a circle like that.
Yeah. Well, for me, it just shows that he's listening to his audience. I mean, we know what The Rock is like. You know, he works for WWE in terms of wrestling form, and he always listens to his audience.
Yeah.
And the fact is, he listened, and he changed it, corrected it, and it shows that, you know, we don't want to see Justice League. It gives us nightmares.
Yeah.
For eternity. We don't need to see that shit anymore. So...
Yeah. Vietnam flashbacks, that's what I'll get from it.
Yeah. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I didn't even enjoy that, movie, so...
No. How about you, Batman?
Well, when it first came on, the Justice League trailer, to me, it was Ezra Miller beer as far as I was concerned. Something that was not a big deal that people made a big deal out of. Third-party companies make mistakes, and no one... I wouldn't have noticed if it wasn't brought up. But the fact that The Rock went out of his way to remove that trailer or, like, influenced it with WBD shows how in tune they are with the fans. I mean, we got direct denunciation. I don't know what the exact verb of that or noun of that is, of Justice League. They literally denounced Justice League in that act, and that's a huge deal, more than people realize. And like these Snyder only fans, these Snyder extremist fans should really look at what The Rock did there. He just... The whole boycott Black Adam thing just drives me insane, and I think this week's actions just proves even more not to boycott Black Adam.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a blatant move in front of everyone that he's acknowledging that, that was the wrong thing to do. And you could kind of take it, maybe he kind of done it on they done it on purpose to, get a bit of attention and then did it. I don't know. But
I suspect that, honestly.
What?
I suspect that 100%.
Yeah. There's a possibility that was a little bit of trickery going on there to get attention.
Manipulation.
Yeah, maybe. I don't like to go too deep down the rabbit hole. How about you, Retro Nerd? What did you think about that?
I'm in total agreement here. I think to me, it wasn't an issue. It looked like a mistake. And if it was done intentionally, then, it was a demonstration of the new regime's willingness to work with fans, and I love it. I'm like, what else are we gonna get from you guys? So it looks like they're working with us. They want to do things to please the fans, and this is part of Zaslav's strategy that he's done with all of his businesses. He's
Yeah.
gone after what he calls super fans, and I don't know any other kind of fan that's more super fans than Zack Snyder fans. So he's
No.
really trying to impress us, him and The Rock. So they're
They-
they're
Yeah.
in cahoots with each other in that effect. They want to impress the fans. Now, I think there's going to be people who are just naturally going to not want to see Black Adam. They don't like the character and they're not impressed by anything that is going on with The Rock. That's fine. I think we have to let those people have their ideas and just really focus on the good here. We're getting what we want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely that's big indications. That's really showing that they're watching everything goes on. The thing that made me think about it was like Zaslav's all about this money thing, and when you watch the stocks and shares of Warner Brothers Discovery, I can imagine Zaslav watching it drop a little bit and then going, right, fix that now. And then it goes back up again. Because he seems very shrewd businessman. Because I could actually imagine him doing that.
Yeah, and he basically has the same strategy for all his businesses. And I've done a lot of research on him. I'm planning on doing like a little commentary piece on him, and it's like he basically serves the fan. If he knows that there's a fan base for something, he will serve that fan base what they want. And so I think we're in good hands. Also, we have to show up. We can't say, oh, we want Cavill, we want Cavill, we want Cavill, and then when we're given Cavill, we don't show up at the theaters.
Exactly.
We gotta show up. We've gotta support the Black Adam, The Flash, all these movies that they're quote unquote working on to make better for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds, it is their strategy, it is a ploy, it is a manipulation, but in order to get what we want, we have to give a little too.
We have to play the game. This is what we've already said a bit about this. Is if you don't go and see these films, then that's going to affect future films.
Yeah, I mean, I think what happened with the Suicide Squad and the Batman was the fan base actively coming together and saying, okay, maybe we'll go to the movies once to see this thing, but we're not going to go buck wild.
Right.
But if we knew what we knew back when Man of Steel was out, I'm sure a lot of us would have went to see that movie like 5 times.
Yeah.
We knew how important it was to show up.
3, I think I went to Man of Steel.
I went twice.
Yeah, I went 3 times because I wanted to take other people with me so I could show them it. Because they've all my whole life been a DC fan. So they were, I was like, come see the new Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shortly after Nolan's trilogy as well, which was set completely, along the reality scale. I totally agree with you on that.
If Man of Steel was coming out today, I think we'd probably be in the theaters at least 10 times. Because of the purchasing power. We know how much it matters now. And that's the reason why a lot of these movies are getting to $1 billion is that people are going back to the theaters over and over and over again.
100%.
To see them,
Yeah.
The replay value.
Yeah, and the Zack Snyder's Justice League was a great example of teaching people a lesson, the value of not pirating movies. Because, like in the groups and stuff, we just completely done a blanket ban on anyone putting links to pirate movies, anything like that. Even just pushing someone in the right direction to the right pirate site. They're like, nah, you've got to buy it. This is the whole thing. And I'm not sure what exactly the numbers were, but I think Zack Snyder's Justice League's made more money from physical sales than Justice League made at the cinema.
Not surprised there.
Yeah.
Not surprising.
No, because I've actually got 3 copies. No, 4 if you include my Amazon download that I bought of Zack Snyder's Justice League. The same movie, do you know what I mean? Because like Richard Nervigo was saying, Snyder fans are nuts. Well, DC fans, Snyder fans, we will buy 4 copies. We will go 5 times, and Zaslav knows that. So what's up, baby girl? How you doing? Hey, Robert Kenneth, Church of Snyder in the house. Good to be here. What's that for? Sean Franklin, what's up, mate? Yeah. And you, sorry, Nightmare Robin, Aaron.
Yeah. I agree with everyone else what they've said. I mean, really, the thing for me right now is how everyone's freaking out about the fact that Superman's going to have a color suit and putting that on Justice League. I mean, come on, man. It's not fair. They don't own that. Or a John Williams score.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
like I said on Still Stream, it's not about the suit color. It's not about the music. It's all about Cavill. Cavill returning is the big focal point.
It's a huge deal. Like, really.
Yeah. I mean, we've been going nuts. Like, please bring Henry Cavill back. We've been tricked. Yeah.
It's nothing short of a miracle, because remember in January we were told Cavill is never coming back. Never coming back.
But
Same
based on
Batfleck.
who said it, though, we should have known he was.
Yeah. And it was like, this is a miracle. So I think we should be celebrating in the streets and, and drinking champagne, all kinds of this. We won,
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
100%. And there were so many times where we were tricked. Cavill's coming back, and it turned out not to be true, and all that. So it just added even more, made it even more special that, he's coming back, and without the scoops. Hey, Snyder Queen in the place.
Snyder Queen.
Yay! What's up? How's it going? It goes back to that picture of Henry Cavill on the plane. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And he had his hair done like Superman. And we was all like, oh, man, look, he's kind of looking a bit Superman-y here. Is this for some sort of shoot for one of these movies? Do you remember that? And that went over people's heads. They were like, nah, that's what he normally looks like. I was like, no, I don't know. His kind of hair's done a little bit too much like it, especially
acting coy.
Especially as he's doing The Witcher, at the same time, which is, it's long hair and lots of makeup and stuff.
Doesn't he wear a wig for that show?
What's that?
Doesn't he wear a wig for The Witcher?
Yeah. I think it takes a long time to put on, and all that. So going on a plane to America like that, I don't know. It just all and he didn't show up on any shows or anything like that. It was all a bit like, well, what's he doing in America?
He was
paying someone a favor.
He's doing someone. It's 50-50.
Favor. I can't.
Blackadder should have done an Aquaman release strategy, put tickets on sale months before, and release it overseas before it hits the US.
Sell the tickets already. I want to buy them.
I think they are available now in the States, aren't they?
I've tried. I still can't get to them.
Oh, I saw someone, Luke Alexander, post a picture that he'd got his ticket. I don't know about that, but I just figured that was, that was all going. I've always been a believer, Alan Beck. I've always been a believer in the Batfleck and Cavill too. Yeah, same, mate. And great to see you here again, Alan. I love your posts on Facebook, especially the ones dissing the Batman.
Oh, come on. It wasn't that bad of a movie.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I could
loses another 5 subscribers for dissing the Batman. No, I don't care. It's
a boring movie. Fact.
Super Bro Corey in the house.
Super Bro Corey in the house. How's it going, mate? We done an episode together today for episode 3 of Andor, Star Wars Andor, on the stream that we do for Star Wars Delta Squad, and that's really great. Really looking forward to lots of Star Wars stuff coming up.
Finally, it picked up in episode 3, though. I like the first episodes were so boring, and then episode 3 actually is when the good stuff started.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 3 was fantastic. And you know what? It made the first 2 episodes worth it because you were like, okay, you got all the backstory and all the build up, and then it was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Which I would have loved that to be episode 1, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it should have been. They could have. I feel like they could have consolidated episodes 1 and 2. Oh, nice, Snyder Queen. Good. That's how you live your life. Good.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
You know.
I'm a huge drinker myself, so.
Yeah, I am normally, but I've had to have a break from it because I've done myself over with it. So.
Fair enough.
Having a few weeks off.
I don't touch that shit.
It's just boredom of just got used to not going out and drinking too much.
Yeah, I quit for a while, and then I had to celebrate my 5,000 subscribers. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice, congratulations.
Congratulations on that. Yeah.
It was a little bit while back, but
Thank you,
it was
HR.
really, yeah.
Yeah, I the last time I had a heavy sesh was when Batfleck got the picture of Batfleck, and I went live as well, drunk.
Probably my favorite video.
Fuck Joss Whedon. I called him the C word on the stream as well.
Yeah.
The only thing is when you're drunk, you just say what you mean.
I was like, oops. Yeah, we love having you here. HL for edits. It wasn't that good. No. Haven't seen Andor yet, but Ruby loved it. Andor is brilliant. It was. I can understand why people was a bit iffy about the first 2 because it was a slow starter. But I was hooked just from the start, just because of the production value and the storyline was just so much better than the other series. Mandalorian and Obi-Wan are great, but there was definitely a jump in production value. And cinematography and things like that. It looks really, crisp and clean.
My guess is there's a bit of a bigger budget now that series have come out and Disney Plus has grown a little bit. So I'm guessing these series are just going to get bigger budgets from the start.
Yeah. And I think that was the biggest problem that Obi-Wan and Boba Fett had was just they didn't seem to have the budgets to kind of match their ideas.
Hey, Michael Waitman. Yeah, it was.
Boba Fett couldn't decide whether it was Boba Fett or Mandalorian. That was my biggest issue with the series.
Ooh, yeah. I agree.
I've got a theory on that. I think that Boba Fett was so poorly received that they added a bit of season 2 of Mandalorian into the Boba Fett to please the fans.
But how would they have known that ahead of time, though?
Because they would have already filmed season 3 in The Mandalorian, and if Boba Fett had continued to, stay the path it was going, maybe we're like, right, we won't bother playing the last bit of it and just replace it with some Mandalorian, because it was a bit suspicious because it didn't even have anything to do with Boba Fett at all.
Yeah, I mean,
I just found. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say 2 out of 7 episodes is a lot. So, but yeah, that's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it floundered so much, and it didn't have like a clear cut bad. Like it should have like a one bad guy. They had like 5, and they were so easily dispatched. And many of the bad guys weren't even handled by Boba. I mean, I wanted him to be sort of like, I wanted him to be a little bit of a tough guy, you know? I wanted him to handle business. But for some reason, they were trying to go with a softer, gentler Boba.
Yeah.
But at the end of the series, they were like, okay, well, maybe, Boba's like, oh, well, maybe I should just be a mean bounty hunter again. I don't know.
Yeah. Even Tamara Morrison spoke about it and says afterwards he thought the script writers were out of their minds and wants to do make the next Boba Fett season just about Boba Fett, being cool and doing Boba Fett stuff. So,
and no Mandalorian in it. Do not.
And hey, we got Trey in the house in the back channel.
What's up?
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Just talk about how Obi-Wan gave up and how it's all Obi-Wan's fault that the Empire rose.
You're still on that false narrative?
Oh man, seriously, back down. Give it a rest.
I stand with Anakin Skywalker. What can I say?
Chilling for Anakin, I get it. He's the chosen one. So.
Well, I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, well, maybe Obi-Wan did succeed because maybe he opened a door that Luke could walk through later,
Intriguing.
Yeah.
I know, more food for thought.
Yeah, well, it's just the typical Savage Bat Restore the Snyderverse thing, which ended up talking about Star Wars.
I was gonna say, how did this happen? Like, how did that we gotta switch hats here? I gotta find my Mandalorian hat, like.
Yeah. Oh dear, that's brilliant. But well, I was gonna. What do you think, Trey, about this? The Rock posting that 2-second trailer Justice League thing, removing it, and then putting the new one without it.
I would honestly say I agree with, I think the general narrative that that was done on purpose. It was a whole marketing scheme, just like how it was when The Rock leaked information that Henry Cavill was going to show up at, San Diego Comic-Con, and that ended up being the most talked about thing. Hell, I think Henry Cavill was talked about more than Black Adam himself and even Marvel panels. So he got exactly what he wanted. I mean, it doesn't matter what they're talking about as long as it has to deal with Black Adam. In the marketing game, they always say bad publicity is good publicity. It's the same thing here. He knew exactly. I mean, and honestly, a 2-second clip of Justice League, like, who caught that? Like, someone must have been like waiting for it,
Maybe
I
someone working for WBD leaked it. Like maybe someone at WBD posed as a fan.
Yeah, I feel like that's how it really was.
I didn't clock it straight away.
Nudged someone and was like, "Hey, this is from Justice League," and like, because 2 seconds. I mean, I probably blinked and didn't even realize it was there. No matter what. The fact that The Rock actually took the time to like take it down and do the corrected version, if that's not proof that, I mean, Patty Jenkins has said it, just about pretty much every director has said, no one looks at Justice League as canon. So, and that was even when Warner Brothers with the old regime was around. So
yeah,
she even dismissed it then.
Yeah. So, I'm not worried about it.
Oh no, Retro!
I see Retro. I get on, and she's like, "You know what? Screw this."
Oh, Retro, come back. Yeah, right. That's a good point. Rebel Moon. We'll have a little chat about that. I'll just message. You
Yeah, I missed the demo event. Did they talk about anything new with Rebel Moon?
No.
No.
Well, this is the thing. Another false narrative that these anti-Snyder Brigade keep pushing this. We don't care about Rebel Moon or Army of the Dead when, obviously we're big fans of that. It's just not a lot of Rebel Moon content or pictures has really been released. Just a few pictures from Zach and a little trailer, but not much to see really. It's going to be sort of like it's keeping it sort of very secretive. So
here's the point I want to make too.
It's not a lot to talk about other than, this is the picture. But I'm obviously really excited for Rebel Moon. Can't wait.
Same here. But the thing is, Netflix is giving us this already. We don't need a campaign for it. That's I think what a lot of people are realizing. We're not we have to campaign for the DC Snyderverse because now we know we're getting it, but at the time we weren't getting it, so we had to fight for it. We don't need to fight for Netflix. Besides, personal theory of mine, Rebel Moon and Army of the Dead, same universe.
Do they have to be? Yeah, with the virus and everything? Come on, man.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely a strong possibility of that, especially the little blue alien things.
Yeah.
In Army of the Dead, that could be massive.
Yeah, exactly.
And
they have to escape Earth when the aliens take over,
or this is just a completely different thing.
It could be. It could be. Yeah. It was originally a pitch for
Star Wars.
For Star Wars, yeah.
Well, that's what it is right now. That's more of the accepted thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But hey, Marcus in place. Stop by us. How you doing, Neo, mate? How's it going? Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot.
Oh, by the way, Trey, I was at this bar in Illinois recently, and I saw someone who looked just like you.
Did you go? I'm like, dude, I thought you said you were leaving. And I'm like, oh my God. Or did you just tap on and be like, I told you, Anakin, Obi-Wan gave up too easily. And he was like, what the hell? like, dude, calm down.
Oh, yeah. No, I ranted him about that. Also, this guy, he checked his phone and watch a lot. And he also cheated in bingo, too. I did too.
A little on the nose, don't you think, sir?
I cheated too. Basically, for the big prize for bingo, we each took 2 scorecards.
Yeah, why not? For $500, you bet your sweet ass, sir.
Yeah,
I paid for all the vacation, all the gas,
HR4, yeah, Rebel Moon is going to be a blast. Can't wait for it. Also very hyped about our boy Ray Fisher and Rebel Moon. Yeah, well, I talked when I done the episode with Rich Centrone. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch that. That was awesome. But we said that it's great that Ray has. Whatever's happened, he's got good success for the future, because a lot of people said, oh, you're not going to come back from trying to take on these evil executives and get away with it. You'll be pushed out of Hollywood. Well, that ain't true, because Ray Fisher is in Rebel Moon. So,
which may be why he can't sign a contract right now.
And same with Zack Snyder.
Yeah, exactly. Because Zack Snyder and Ray Fisher are the 2 excuses for why people want to boycott Black Adam. But both of them are working on another project right now. So even if David Zaslav wanted to, he couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. That contract ends early next year, I think, isn't it?
I think it's next year. Yeah, I think it was next year.
Yeah, early next year.
Because it was just a 2-year exclusive deal, right? First look deal.
I think it might have been 3.
Was it
I can't remember.
2.
I don't know. 2. Was it 2?
I thought it was 2.
Yeah. But that time has gone by so quickly because we've had the pandemic and all that in between.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Army of the Dead released, right in the middle of it, didn't it?
Yeah. And was the best box office opening for a Netflix film. Netflix has... for those who don't know, because Netflix was like the first ever streaming service, theaters really are they're still bent out of shape about Netflix, so they don't really allow Netflix films in their theaters. But because of the pandemic and theaters were closing and studios were closing down, there wasn't a lot of films out there. So there was a few theaters like Cinemark who actually did a theatrical release of Army of the Dead. And I think Netflix has had 3 or 5 films released in theaters. And to this date, I'm almost certain that Army of the Dead is still the #1 Netflix box office film. So, I mean, that just goes to show how powerful Zach's fandom is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went to see that on
love...
opening nights when I had a concussion and was not supposed to watch TV.
Right.
So I broke doctor's orders.
Best way to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Trey. Smash that like button and subscribe to the Savage Bat. You know this, people.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. Do it.
No Rebel Moon, no Army verse that. Ta-dum.
Ta-dum.
Yeah, that's sad. That's like the best stuff to advertise, but
yeah. Well, I mean, they did do a little bit of The Witcher with Henry Cavill. You know, I mean, he's very proud of that, and he should be. It's been an incredible series.
Yeah.
Stranger Things, they did a little behind the scenes of the last season. I mean, Netflix knows they're well taken care of. There's so much content that people are going to go back for with Netflix, even though they had that big drop a couple months ago. They're going to be fine. Especially, I have a feeling that with this Rebel Moon theme for Zach, this is going to be like one of the biggest IPs that Netflix is just going to milk the hell out of. Because imagine
Definitely.
that. I mean, we see what Disney Plus is doing for their Star Wars, you know, and this is going to be Netflix's version of that. It's going to be huge.
It's going to be big. And Netflix, that was just because they said that silly thing about increasing the subscription again.
Yeah.
And then they made a comment saying, we're going to have ads even though you pay. And everyone was like, nah. So they started, you know, like bleeding money or whatever.
Yeah.
But they know they've got the Zack Snyder ace up their sleeve. They ain't stupid.
Yeah.
Look at that. They lost how many subscribers and they were still #1.
Yeah.
Because it's
Insane.
all because of
Yeah.
because of
I mean, you
Snyder.
lose all them subscribers and still be #1, then, you know.
Yeah.
And there is some big players now. Disney have got a lot of content coming out.
Yeah.
You know, some of it's a bit iffy, but yeah, it's and then Amazon have got Lord of the Rings. I mean, that's, you know, should be the golden ticket. But
Not only that, they have the James Bond IP. I mean, Amazon is going to be a major powerhouse, especially with The Boys.
I
Invincible.
honestly think that eventually Amazon will be #1 because they seem to know what they're doing a little bit more with the content.
plus the free shipping, because those are
Yeah,
one
they have-
service technically.
Have a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And I love Netflix, you know, but they've kind of, it sort of goes a little bit stale after a while, and it's hard to find anything to watch because, you know, you've sort of seen it all, or you know, it's not
the
really
other streaming services too, because like, you know, at first they could have like Disney and Warner Brothers movies on their platform, but now they can't really anymore.
subscribe to
Yeah.
Teledare Plays, people. Okay, there. Yeah, I always
I'm
think
here,
that was
Robin. I wasn't sure if you had a YouTube channel. I tried searching for it and nothing was popping up for me. If you have one, I will post it in the comments for you.
Aaron, he was talking to you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I was just gonna say, if you have a YouTube channel, put it in the comments for me, and
I don't
I'll
like that one.
Somebody's been smoking some shit.
you just like I don't talk to this guy. Like I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you.
What?
But this guy.
What now?
No.
Oh, nice one. Thank
Subscribe to the Anakin Shield back then thoughts, yeah.
Yeah, me.
Oh, yeah. That's brilliant. Yeah, can't wait for Ray Fisher to go up against Hamada in Rebel Moon. Yeah, it's like an evil spider or something. I heard it's like a Spider Queen type thing. I don't know.
But you know what would be funny? If Ray Fisher takes a dig at Walter Hamada in Rebel Moon.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
would be
like.
hilarious.
Yeah, or like I don't know, like make like a comment like about being a cul-de-sac or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Oh,
It doesn't
cool.
exist.
Yeah, subscribe to Retro Nerd Girl. In the thing there. My internet kicked me off, but I'm rebooting my system. Cool. Well, we'll see you back in here very soon, Retro Nerd Girl. These things happen with the internet. But I think so far, the most exciting thing about Rebel Moon I've seen is that picture of the spaceship that's got camouflage on it. It looked very Studio Ghibli. Do you know what I mean by the ships and aeroplanes and stuff in Studio Ghibli?
The practical effects, right?
They've got this kind of sort of bubbly bits coming off of them. I don't know if you've seen Laputa, like Goliath, the balloon, the Zeppelin, and that. Very much like that. And that got me really hyped. I was thinking, wow, is he really going to go down that route? With influences from Japanese animation and stuff like that. And
oh yeah.
You can only imagine, and I think that it's very, obvious that he is kind of keeping it a bit more secretive because I remember the Batman versus Superman trailers. That took the piss because they actually showed some of the best
spoiled
bits
everything.
in the movie. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was it's great for advertising for the general audience, but for the hardcore fans, I don't want to see that shit. I want to experience that.
Yeah,
in cinema.
I mean, imagine if they didn't reveal
that was just
Doomsday
ridiculous.
was in BVS. I mean, people would have lost their shit going holy hell, look at this. And yet it gave people time to kind of be like, well, why is Doomsday not like the comic book Doomsday? Why is he this thing? It gave people a chance to complain rather than to be just surprised and in awe by the situation,
All they needed to do was just have Doomsday roar. That's all they had to do. And do nothing else.
Yeah, because they would have suspected.
Stop it there! Don't show us him. What the fuck?
Do what they did for Justice League trailer. That's what all they just needed to do. Don't show Doomsday like they didn't show Superman in Justice League trailers, or Justice League trailer, I should say, and they should have done that for BVS for Doomsday, and it would have been more hyped. And that's why, I went to see BVS 3 times, and I got the Ultimate Edition on PC.
Yeah.
So I'm all set there. And then I got Zack Snyder's Justice League on my Virgin Media box, recorded and everything, so I can watch it on my 60-inch TV.
Nice.
Yeah, same. I've got 65.
Same here.
It's a sad thing to say, really, but. This is probably going to upset the audience a little bit, but the days we're living in now is kind of the beginning of the end for cinema, I think.
Yeah.
I think the cinemas will still exist, but there won't be so many, and it'll be a bit more of a big event.
Yeah,
more of a novelty.
Big movies like Marvel, DC, Top Gun.
I think Ben Affleck was right about that when he said cinemas were going to become more of an IP place for big, films. Because, I mean, it's kind of hard to say because the pandemic clearly, since now all the movie theaters, I don't know about globally, but I mean, based off Top Gun Maverick and Jurassic World Dominion, it seems like cinemas are back, and honestly, this could be probably one of the best years ever for cinema, and that possibly
in recent history,
the nostalgism of people are just so glad to be back in cinemas again. And not only that, you have all the studios because they need to make money because they were just bleeding it during the pandemic. So they're pulling out all the big guns: Top Gun Maverick, Jurassic World Dominion, The Batman, Avatar 2's coming, and all these other things. Black Adam. It's just going to be a very big year and a big opportunity for cinema to do very well this year. But we'll see how it goes next year.
It's the same, with the pandemic. A lot of people, wanted to get back out and do things like go to the cinema and go out and enjoy stuff. Theme parks, cinemas, things like that. Boost, but the same sort of pattern is emerging now. In the 90s, when the PlayStation 1 came out, the first indication of it was Street Fighter Alpha. I think it was Street Fighter Alpha, and you could buy that for a reasonable price and play it at home. And it was the same version as the arcade. There was no difference, and that was the death of arcades. It was overnight. They pretty much closed overnight thanks to the PlayStation 1. It was already happening a little bit, but when people realised, you can, like you can with Netflix and stuff, and Amazon, when they drop a premiere of a really cool film, it just, people take it for granted, but, just to be able to click a button and watch a brand new film, it's a luxury.
Convenience.
Yeah, it like you said, like this is going to be the death of cinema, I think, but only because the fact is, streaming services are on the rise, and Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, they all got.
Retro Nerd goes back.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah, as I was saying, they got all these big streaming services coming back, and it's pretty big. And I think only big events like maybe The Flash, Aquaman,
big stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying they're going to die completely, because that will never happen. But I think some of the sort of like in betweeny cinemas, I think that and stuff that play like a sort of a bit more sort of drama-y, pretentious sort of Cannes Film Festival stuff. I just don't think they're going to survive. To be honest with you,
and in a way, it's almost better management in a sense, because now theaters aren't just like putting any film, from any studio out, because I mean, what's the point in putting a film out? Like there was a film that was based on a book that recently, I never even read the book, but like it came out and it barely did like 5 million. Hell, the Idris Elba film, The Beast, made little money. It's something like that where they're going to have to pick and choose, and it's going to force studios to actually like try to make good content and content that people want to see, in theaters. And I think what will help cinema overall is like just continuing to be the place of like date nights and improving the experience of cinema by doing the Dolby theaters, doing something that people can't get at their typical home theater,
But the other factor of it is as well, which happened with arcades back in the 90s, is with the streaming services, it makes a lot of people's jobs, like these horrible executives that we've had to deal with in the past, it makes their job invalid. Because why have a building full of people talking, doing stuff and whatever, when you can communicate with the companies that make the movies, via internet and stuff like that. It's kind of removing these people that skim the money off the top. It's removing them from the equation. Like when you go to a cinema, a bit goes to the film company, a bit goes to the guy who takes his bit, and then and then a bit goes to the cinema itself. And it's eliminating a thing. When do you suppose we get a trailer for Rebel Moon? I don't know. I really, really don't know about that. Any ideas, anyone?
I would say maybe beginning of next year or late ending of this year.
Yeah, I think late this year, maybe.
When does it come out?
Yeah.
I don't know if it had an exact official release date yet. Let me see.
I go to the theatre for spectacle like comedies, dramas, or watch the TV home. Just fine. Yeah, well, there was a recent film. Is it The Grey Man? Was it Grey Man? On Amazon with Chris Evans.
I think that was Netflix who did The Grey Man, wasn't it?
Was it Netflix?
I thought it was Netflix.
Yeah. But anyway, I watched that at home, and I would have quite easily I was like, wow, I would have gone to the cinema to see this if I'd have known.
They're saying 2024, Batman. So yeah, trailer in 2023 most likely.
Oh no, Richard Nurko.
She's lost
Gone again.
Just keeps crashing. I'm sure she was like trying to talk like, why is no one hearing me?
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, she did say that she might have a bit of issues with her internet, but hopefully she'll be back in the house soon if she reboots her stuff. Yeah, comedy's better in the cinema. I wouldn't know because I'm not a fan of comedies, as I'm miserable. I'm Batman.
And one thing I'm going to say, as someone from the Chicago area, when it's wintertime, I can bet you anything. I don't really want to leave my apartment for anything. So so let's just say if I want to see a movie, I'm a lot more incentivized to just turn on my TV in my nice heated apartment versus.
Yeah, you have some good snow in Chicago, don't you?
Every year, every month but December, ironically, it seems like.
Yeah, well, no, our weather's completely changed. We don't have any snow at all now. There's like one day, or you get a little bit, and that's it.
You get it wrong there. Actually, we do get snow, but we get it very early in the year instead of late in the year.
It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
Years ago, you'd have it like up to like the car, door. When I was a kid, when I was younger.
Wish I had that.
Streaming isn't what kills cinema. Cinema adjusted to fit PG to fit P12 PG rated movies, and streaming became more aimed at our 15-18 audience. That would have been a factor in it. That would have been a factor in it, but
yeah, I mean, there's definitely some of that. But like, if you look at it, there was the Suicide Squad last year, where they were saying like COVID was the issue, but like when Halloween, what was that was bullshit,
Halloween film? COVID thing, because
it was
other movies done fine.
Yeah, and honestly, what really proved that cinema was fine, COVID wasn't the issue, was the second Halloween film that came out like just a month after. COVID numbers were still pretty much the same, and it killed at the box office and did far superior at streaming numbers than the Suicide Squad.
And so No Way Home.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I've got a bit of a guilty pleasure with that Halloween movie. A lot of people didn't like that.
Oh, I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
What's that?
I haven't seen the new one, but
yeah, no, there was. I can't remember what this. It was doing like the people in the street was doing like a chant like Michael.
Evil dies tonight.
Evil dies tonight. That was it.
I hated it so much.
Everyone.
Wait, you hated Evil Dies Tonight, Trey? You hated that?
I just hated that film.
Evil Dies
film
Tonight.
Was like Evil want to I hated that film.
Well, now I know what to put in the chats now in your show.
Oh no, I mean you can say Evil Dies Tonight. I mean, I'll agree with something like
that. Evil Dies Tonight.
The fact that they thought like a 5'4", like bald, long-haired, fat dude was Michael Myers.
Outside the night in the face, this channel is amazing. Everyone
we both know that Michael Myers is like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
You think this fat dude is? It pissed me off.
I didn't like that they took off his mask. Like, even though you couldn't see his face, you could still see a lot of his head. And no, don't no. You're not.
And to make him like Mortal Kombat, like where he's just taking out everyone, and it's just the stupidity. Like I know horror films are like stupidity, anyways, people doing stupid shit and dying. But like that was probably the most annoying thing I've ever seen. Like everyone's just like, let's wait for him to get back up and then we'll start beating the shit out of him. Like, what are we doing here? Why didn't you pop a couple?
That woman had an iron, didn't she, as well?
Yeah. Like, man, not even a double tap, but like get a triple tap in there. Like, make sure that dude's brain is just all over the street.
Right. Here we go. The man from outer space is in the house. Mikey Sutton.
I'm just here to cause trouble, that's all.
Booyah! We gotta stop meeting like this, Mikey. People are gonna start talking. That's free.
What the hell, man?
That's 3 Sundays in a row now.
Between you two, to Sylvie, get in.
No, it's great. Thank you so much for coming, Mikey.
Oh yeah, just taking a break from endless working on the site, man. People don't realize how much work goes into this fucking site, man. I'm like, I go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, man. The articles are up.
Oh, yikes.
I know.
6 a.m. I mean, like, hey, David, it's something. Wait 2 hours, dude.
Wait 2 hours. I always get messages, random thing, and I'm like that, can't even see. It's Mikey again. So, right. The other day you said wait 3 hours, and I was right. I set my alarm, went back to sleep.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. See, that's what makes an army, dude. Seriously, I mean, you're unbeatable, man. You're unbeatable.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
How fucking good is Andor? And I just want to.
Oh man, I'm
Dude,
glad you brought that up.
It was
man,
fire.
oh my god.
Andor is just brilliant.
Wow.
And,
I mean, it's like, yes, just I'm struggling, man. Is it better than Mandalorian? Because man, I don't know, man. It's so good.
I know it's a touchy
I love
subject.
Mando.
Not quite there yet. We need to see more of this season. I feel like because I didn't.
I agree with you.
Episode
Well, I
3
think
was,
the
like,
Luke
the best.
Skywalker moment is such embedded in my memory, right?
Same. I cried. I was tears when
I
it
was
turned
tears,
up.
dude. I mean, I was just
Honestly,
like,
tears. I was sitting around watching it with my family in COVID at my mum's house, and as soon as you heard that music and they said the X-wing was coming around the thing, I was like, I knew it.
I felt my heart beat, but here, David, I knew. I was. It got leaked to me.
Yeah,
weeks
I guessed
before.
it. I guessed it.
So,
It wasn't a leak, you know.
It was spoiled, but you know what? I kept it out of the sight. I could have, blew it up right there. So you know what? I saw Star Wars opening day, May 25th, 77. This is a historic moment. I'm not gonna ruin it for anybody, right? I don't care how much I make off it. No one's gonna know. I did tell one person, and I have a receipt that I told them weeks before, but he really wanted to know. He's like, I don't give a shit. Go ahead and tell me. What the fuck? I said, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guessed it on Facebook and said,
there you go.
I'm pretty sure. I'm no scooper, but I guessed it.
Yeah.
But people were writing in my comments, nah, that ain't gonna happen. So I went straight back to the comments. It was like,
there you go.
And they were like, oh, I'm glad I was wrong. I was like, it's right, more fault. It just made so much sense that it would be Luke. Do you know what I mean? Because of the timeline and everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited right now, David. I'm really excited about DC. I mean, there's so much activity going on. With people don't realize how much Zaslav has done already. Do they really give him credit? Because he saved the Snyderverse. He got rid of Batgirl, which would have created this Hamada Burger reboot. That would have, man, it's just some awful ideas are starting to leak from the Hamada years. Like, it's just cringe level bad, dude. Like, you guys have no idea what you dodged.
I think we got a few ideas.
We're going to find out on Skywalker stream, right?
Yeah, like you were saying, oh, sorry.
Yeah. I couldn't hear what Bad Dan was saying.
We're going to find out on Skywalker stream tonight, right?
I'm going to drop some bourbon on his show. It's his birthday, right? So he'll get some bourbon for his birthday.
Go.
No, Dave, I know you're a big Star Wars fan. I'm really excited the fact that they are now considering doing an R-rated show. I'm very excited about that. So there's a lot of cool things going. Did I just drop a bomb? I think I just did.
Hey!
Mikey, you can't leave us with that. Yeah, they're just gonna do an R-rated thing. But anyways,
R-rated Star Wars. After they turned down Zack Snyder because it was R-rated as well. Oh my god!
I wouldn't be surprised. I think you actually brought it up, Savage, where like Andor is kind of a test to see if people would be okay with a dark, gritty.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I do think it's a test. It's an audience test.
Yeah. Well, Savage Bat, I'm afraid I'm going to have to confirm your speculation because it is a test.
Right.
They gave him a lot of freedom on the show, and he definitely took advantage of it. When you see the first episode, you're like, this feels so different. I mean, it has that run-down Star Wars look, but damn, it's dark. I mean, it feels gritty, right?
Yeah.
You can feel the grit on the streets when he's walking. Holy shit! Yeah. There's just hookers on the show, dude.
I know. And that woman called them bastards as well. Like you rarely get to hear swearing in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, you never do. And so,
well, I think, it's not really swearing, but Han said they can go to hell.
Yeah.
Which was, just curse word, I suppose.
How does that work in Star Wars without religion or without the heaven and hell? Why does... Bit of a nitpick, but...
Let me just catch up with this chat quickly. Baby girl, currently watching American Werewolf in London. David's transformation scene is unmatched. Nothing comes close to that werewolf.
You know what? I agree with you, baby girl.
I had a big... go on.
Yeah, I saw American Werewolf in London. Check this out. 1982. It was back to back with Conan the Barbarian.
Wow.
What a double feature that was. 2 films for 99 cents. So I took my mom to see it. She loves those kind of movies. So I was about 13 years old. Saw Conan American Werewolf in London in a very scuzzy theater. I mean, it was 99 cents, right? But it felt like a wretched hive of scum and villainy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some pretty sketchy types at that theater. And my sister absolutely hated it because during the film, someone threw gum in her hair, right?
Oh, no.
That's how sketchy it was. And there may have been rats running around. I don't know. I felt something on my leg at times.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was a big fan of American Werewolf growing up.
God.
The main character's name's David. You know that famous scene where she says, "I love you, David," at the end?
Oh, there you go.
I had a little bit of a connection
You just
there.
like, replay it over and over again.
Yeah, I love you, David. You know.
Then it had Jenny a Gutter in there, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Back in the days when you could show nudity in
Netflix,
horror films, right?
But yeah, Grey Man. Look, Grey Man was a good example of a movie that came out on streaming. I definitely would have seen that at the cinema. I really enjoyed that because I'm a big fan of Chris Evans, not for his Captain America stuff. I love him as Captain America. I love the thing's brilliant. But the movies that he's been in that I'm a fan of, like Sunshine, and Snowpiercer.
Oh,
Like he's been in some really fucking cool movies.
Awesome.
That go completely under the radar. People kind of forget that he was in those movies. I think he's got a lot to offer. Chris Evans. I think he's a top actor.
I haven't seen Grey Man. That's Russo brothers, right? I haven't even seen it yet.
I think it was.
It's really. It's like like a 90s action film,
Awesome.
but modern. Like, yeah.
Oh, I love those kind of films.
Yeah.
I'm so behind, dude. I'm finishing Cobra Kai, which is brilliant.
Oh, I need to watch that.
Dude,
I'm catching up with that at the moment.
Great show.
I'm telling you guys, Cobra Kai is off the charts this season.
It is. It is
it?
seriously
Okay.
off the
Which
charts.
platform
Seriously.
is it on?
So excited.
Oh, well, I'm going to catch up with that. So I'm a massive. That was my childhood growing up. I actually, joined a kung fu school when I was a kid. Done that for like 4 or 5 years because of Karate Kid.
Wow.
Wow. Well, Cobra Kai, one day, David, it'll get credit for being the blueprint of all these nostalgia films like Top Gun Maverick. Because to me, that follows the Cobra Kai formula, right? Bringing back these old characters and telling a new story about them. So you're respectful to the past, but at the same time, you move forward, right? And this is where Star Wars got it wrong with The Force Awakens. I think, JJ got it wrong. They had a huge miss. I mean, I know it's the biggest film of all time because people just couldn't wait to see them again. But they didn't have the 3 characters reunite, and then Carrie Fisher died. And you killed off Han Solo, but you know what? You can't blame it on JJ because Harrison Ford said, "I'm only going to come back to kill me off."
Though they handled it so wrong. They're really what would have made that whole scene better is if they didn't tell you who who Kylo Ren was. It should have been
there you go.
As soon as Han Solo goes onto that bridge, he should have said Ben, and that's the reveal that's his son.
Or how I would have done it. I would have had Luke Skywalker with him when he died. That way, you could have had them together. Right?
Yeah, it would have been nice to see them in the Millennium Falcon like they was.
Oh yeah, like they were
in the original. Do you know what I mean?
We
Come
were all
on,
expecting
such a
that,
wasted opportunity.
Wasted opportunity.
Wasted opportunity.
And then Carrie Fisher passed away in real life, and so we never got to see it.
I was in the pub in the old village I used to live in, and it come up on my phone. And I sort of dropped down at the bar. It was really, really upsetting, because she was a hero of mine growing up. And people in the pub was like, "You all right?" And I went, "Oh, I don't know if you're going to hear this. It might ruin the mood." But Carrie Fisher's just died, and couple of people started crying, and that it was yeah, that was really sad.
Well, here's what's worse, David. I was gonna meet her that summer.
Man.
I was gonna meet her. That I think to get a picture with her. I was on my Facebook and hey, I'm meeting Carrie Fisher, and the convention came and there's a big sign that rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. James Gunn Suicide Squad.
That was the same thing with me with Adam West. Literally, he was going to come back for Denver Pop Culture Con, then couple months away and passed away, and I was like, damn it,
R.I.P. to your cousins outside the known. Sorry to hear that.
Well, another one, Richard Hatch from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, that was a bad one for me.
I was there. Right, he was sitting right behind me with Dirk Benedict, right, and I already had a picture with Dirk Benedict before. I was running out of cash. I was like, I'll see Richard Hatch again. He died the next year. He was sitting right behind me. I could have gotten a picture right there, but I was just running out of cash, and you just take advantage of the day, man. If the actor you always wanted to meet, see them now because you might not get another chance, right? So, like Melissa Benoist, she was in Portland. This was 2 months after my stroke. I went there to get to see her. So I was like, man, what if I never see her again? Supergirl gets canceled, so.
Oh no! I mean, it's just another reason to, I'm never going to forgive Brian Johnson.
I know, seriously, man.
Seriously, I've got so many reasons to hate that man.
He's the reason the whole trilogy was the shit, in my opinion.
You don't like the
shit? Apparently that Knives Out is quite good, but it's a
phenomenal film.
Just out of spite, I will not watch it.
Yeah, that's the sad part. Is I can't say he's a bad director because Knives Out is phenomenal, but The Last Jedi, bro, get the hell out.
Well, there are some people. When he's doing his own thing, he can really excel, right? Is it Looper or whatever that film he made? But when he does other properties, stay away.
You know what was another great film that streamed only this year? Prey. Prey should have been in theaters.
I would have gone to see Prey. Prey so far has been, the best for me.
People love Prey. I haven't got a chance to see it yet.
It's so good.
I've gotten so many people rave about it. Okay, I gotta go see this.
Yeah, it's honestly, I would say it's a Predator. It's a sci-fi masterpiece in terms of the Predator franchise. Story-wise, one of the best Predator films of all time.
And it left it open as well. There's more to come, so it's really exciting. Yeah. The whole little new revitalizing the franchise after the Predator. That was the worst, one of the worst movies of the 2010s. I think it was 2018, I think it came out.
And you know what's sad about the Predator film? It had so much potential because they really nailed the brotherhood that you were missing from the first Predator film. They nailed that, but everything else about that film was complete, utter trash.
Subscribe to No, it was so bad. It was so bad. It was unwatchable. And I looked into it a bit afterwards, and apparently, I can't remember her name now, the good-looking lady in it. The one that's in X-Men Apocalypse with the purple lightsaber.
Olivia Munn.
Yes. Olivia Munn. Yeah, apparently she said that they completely fucked with the filming, and there was actually a good film before they messed it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more to that story about that movie. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. So, Mikey, when does Dreamwalker 2 come out? Hopefully soon. Is it supposed to be sent out?
Okay, here's the deal. Yeah. It was sent from the Philippines last week. I got the pictures and everything, so it should be arriving maybe I gotta look at the tracking number. It's probably there by tomorrow. And it'll be shipping out to all those who purchased it.
Hell yeah.
So if you guys have purchased it already, congratulations, because it's gone. It's sold out.
I got mine on pre-order right away.
Yeah, exactly. Good, smart move. Now it's wait, they're all like okay because the sword cover was a limited edition. It was the most rare of the covers, 3 covers, and that's the one they're getting. And so there are 2 other covers that are selling out in the Philippines as well. So they're all going to be gone worldwide. And David, you're getting yours in the Philippines, right? So,
yeah. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm organising it. Same thing every time. It's a bit of a nightmare getting it here, but obviously I'm going to be getting every copy, if I can.
Awesome, thank you.
As well, I'm going to be in it.
You're going to be in it. Well, issue 2, I'm like I said, it's the best thing I ever wrote. I'm just like really. It took me 2 months to write that issue. I gave Noel a headache because I wrote a full script, and it took him 3 months to draw it. Like
poor Noel.
And don't worry, next issue we'll go back to the original format. Okay, it was a lot of work,
Yeah.
So I'm writing issue 3 now, which will have your names in the book. By the way, Sox' name's in there. Savage Bat. Your names are scrawled like graffiti on a wall. You guys are bands. You guys are that is your secret identity. You guys are performers, except for the Bat channel. You have a YouTube channel in the side. So
I'm so
it's kind of like very meta because you're gonna be doing real YouTube interviews with some of the villains in the book, and people will think it's real. We're just gonna fuck people over. We're gonna.
I'm really looking forward to it.
That's exciting.
It's game blast, and so your names will be in issue 3, but they'll be. Hey, there you go. Awesome, thank you.
Yeah,
nice.
Get it? If this is any idea of what is to come, guys, it's gonna be phenomenal.
Issue 2 is probably 10 times more violent than that.
That's what I like to hear.
Like even Noel was like, "You want me to draw this?" I said, "Yeah, go for it."
Well, I remember when Noel sent me those pictures of dead girls hanging from trees and all sorts of stuff. I was thinking, fucking hell, this is brutal. Can't wait for more.
That's 10 compared to page 7. Page 7 is gonna gross people out. Like, Mikey, what are you writing?
You should just put it in a little corner like story time with Mikey Sutton. Just
exactly.
Reminiscent.
Well, you know what's funny? The first story that all of you guys are in, Silver and Gold, that 6-issue story I'm doing, the last story is called Story Time. So be afraid. Be very afraid of what's that story.
There'll be some Easter eggs in there.
I'm spoiler alert. I'm going to adapt Story Time. I'm not going to tell you which one, but it will be a Story Time.
I'm afraid I know which one.
Only you guys will get it though. People who never listen to Story Time be like, they just go over their heads, right? They just think, "Oh, this is gross."
Yeah.
You won't know that,
I've already got a good idea what that's going to be.
I really hope it's not that one. I really hope it's not that one.
Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoiling.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, Alan, Batgirl may be my favourite superhero, but the more I hear about that movie, the more I'm convinced WBD made the right call. Come on. The most ridiculous things I saw about the sort of Batgirl narrative was people are actually saying, "I don't care if it's shit. I want to release it." So people are actually saying, "I want shit movies." I mean, come on! If you really hate Zack Snyder and the Snyderverse that much that you'd rather have shit movies, come on, people, get a fucking grip.
You're Hamada's wet dream, I tell you.
Yeah, I mean, people make me laugh with that because, it's Batgirl. Like, you want the best for her, you know? And
Exactly.
while I have no doubt that Leslie Grace is probably a great Barbara Gordon, I mean, it's cool that
she's
J.K.
lovely.
Simmons-
I follow her on Facebook. She's really nice and
great.
talented.
Yeah.
And
She's a
Brendan
great singer
Fraser,
as well, and
you know?
dancer.
Him coming back as Firefly, that was going to be so cool.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Hamada set them up for disaster, and
Yeah.
he should take all the blame for that, you know?
Yeah,
It's the
definitely.
truth.
Definitely.
100%.
And I'm sure she'll do well. Mikey's been saying maybe Disney are interested in her.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got some bombs to drop tomorrow.
More bombs.
Like, so I'm about to leave in a few minutes. I'm going to do some pre-recorded members videos with Sil.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm excited.
One of my sources dropped this mega bomb on me. I'm like, holy shit! Like there's enough here for like 6 articles or so. But I'll tell you what it is. Like, I'm not gonna give you details, obviously, but I'll tell you what it is. Guys, I got the roster for the X-Men.
Oh.
I know what team they're using. I know what characters are going to be in the first film.
Wow.
So if you remember, you're going to be finding out.
My
Yeah.
goodness,
So
not
if you're not already, check out Silab the Wink, Scoop Center with Mikey Sutton.
Yeah.
Marvelous
Yeah,
Souls
yeah.
of.
And Scoop Center is hot tomorrow again, but
Tomorrow or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. I keep getting mixed up. We're
Yeah.
on Tuesdays now.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm so stuck on Mondays. Like, well, okay, that's right. Scoop Center Tuesday. Okay.
I've been having to play a bit of catch up because I haven't been very well lately. But I'm all right now. But I'm going to try and be there for the live streams more in the chat. You know.
But David, I just wanted to say that very excited to see Keanu Reeves in Constantine. Too. Very excited. But what I'm probably most excited by is seeing Zatanna in the post credits. Just saying.
Hey!
What? What now?
Boom! Zatanna in the post credits.
Boom.
God, I wonder who's going to play her. I mean, come on, Zatanna is a iconic character. Wow.
Yeah, no, they are building up to the jail dark.
Wow.
Like I said they would, and they're doing it a lot sooner than I thought. They're not. Zaragoza's not wasting any time, man. To look at it like, you know what, we're gonna do this. How MCU structures their films, where you have to watch everything.
Yeah,
You
I know it's a bit much for us, but I would love to see an interaction between Constantine and Ben Affleck. Can you imagine that? Like in the animated movie, and Batman walks in, and that guy with the cancer goes, "Batman, what the hell?" But if they recreated that would be so cool.
Well, I tell you what, David, you don't have to imagine for long.
Oh, hey!
Oh,
boom, boom, boom. That's a mortar attack.
That's a little blitzkrieg.
Yeah, wow. You heard it here first, folks. Yeah, oh,
How can you
man.
not be excited by the way the DCEU is going? You'll get the Snyderverse back. But I think just as important is the other films sound great as well. You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry that, okay, we got Zack Snyder back, but everything else sucks, right?
Yeah.
And we won't have to worry about Our Man or what.
Yeah, Our Man or the Wonder.
Yeah, fuck
Like,
Our Man and the Wonder
Which
Twins.
I will discuss on Skywalker tonight. We'll discuss Wonder Twins.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You want to talk? You want to
Where's
talk?
the outrage for that movie?
Yeah, right. No, Zaza just like cut it by the throat right away. Like it was like 2 weeks after it was announced, it was great. It was dead. I'm gonna stomp on that cockroach, you know.
Yeah. Was that already been Skywalker stream, or is that coming up?
That's coming up tonight.
Oh, it's coming up tonight. Oh, I'm not sure. I think that'll probably be late for me. I might have to replay that one.
Push the replay.
Yeah. But happy birthday, Skywalker.
We're gonna get some funny
Happy
reactions.
birthday.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
Skywalker.
technically. He's
Okay.
doing it tonight at midnight. Wait, no, it will go till midnight his time
Yeah,
Gotcha.
ESC.
Yeah, that would be about 8 in the morning for me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be up by then. I'll be knocked out. So
Yeah. Yeah. So.
All right, guys, I have to get going. I have to prep for the members. So
Thank you so much,
Mikey.
Mikey. Honestly, I can't thank you enough.
It's always a pleasure, brother.
Kaboom. See you guys later.
Have a good night,
See you later,
Mikey.
Mikey. Absolute legend.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
So you know
Wow.
what I just realized? Mikey dropped the big 3 on your show. A DC, Marvel, and Star Wars.
I know. Well, you
Yeah.
can't ask for more there, people. Do you know what I mean? And Mikey's becoming a regular on the Savage
I
Bat.
know.
This is interesting stuff. Stay tuned, people. You never know. You never know. It's my channel. It's just Mikey holding the whole thing up.
You should just one of these times Mikey just comes on real quick and he just says, Ben Affleck's Batman movie's coming out this time, and then just
Yeah.
Just
I
leave.
know. It's a constant thing with me and him. He messaged me something, and I'm like, what? That's why whenever anyone asks me any questions about what's going on, I don't know whether to answer or not.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to slip up, because I don't know what's been said and what's not been said.
Oh man, it's
It's
so
hard for me to
difficult
keep
on the
it.
member stream.
You kind of have to act like a
And
politician sometimes.
Yeah, it was like a year ago. I think there was something that happened on a member stream, and I like totally slipped during one of my live shows, and Bat Dad just looks at me and goes, "Bro."
Well, what I did is I corrected it in the chat. I made up a lie that Mikey didn't actually say it, and then I clarified to you in the message.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, get
this
yourself
is the
Snyder
members.
Nuts t-shirt, folks.
Yeah.
It's the last run.
During the future, just still nation. Just do it.
Right, let's just catch up with this chat a little bit. I've just let it go a little bit so we could let Mikey, nuke the place like he did.
no,
Hey, Socks, how you doing, mate?
that's
The only
not
time I
a good
get
word
to see
for
his
it.
reaction.
He did a veto.
RB.
He did a veto on us. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, 100%. Well, no one wants to talk over Mikey. It's like when Mikey.
Yeah.
If I talk at the same time as Mikey, I'm just like, nope, shut up, Mikey.
Yep.
Mikey.
I used to do the same, baby girl, all the time. We had a local cinema, and I used to the VHSs as well. My mum was really strict about, because I was a massive Arnold Schwarzenegger fan, and they were all 18 certificate, so I'd have to either record them off telly or borrow them off my friend, but then write on the sticker that it was like the Lion King or something like that. But really it was RoboCop. Or something.
Yeah. It's showing that too.
Yeah. DC in the place, how you doing, mate?
So DC.
Yeah, Snowpiercer. Yeah, that's one of my favourites. I love that, and such a strange role.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, Savage, because you do like Snowpiercer so much, have you heard about the theory that it's actually like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory 2?
Oh no, I did saw an article about that, and I thought
I'll see if I can find it for you because I want to hear.
Yeah,
your
send
thoughts on
that
it.
to me because that sounds wild.
I listened to it and it's like, holy shit, it's crazy and I love it. And you know what? Maybe that should be a thing.
Yeah, and I kind of get it with the guy that runs the train and that. Can't remember his name now.
Ed Helms, I think, was the actor who.
Yeah, he's great. He is.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai is amazing.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of catching up with that to do, so no spoilers.
Nah,
I don't even know what it's about.
What?
I don't even know what
You
it's
mean
about. I haven't seen it.
You haven't even seen season 1.
No, I don't even know what platform it's on.
Netflix.
Okay, I'll check it on Netflix.
No, seriously.
Cobra Kai? Is that what you guys are talking about?
Yeah, Cobra Kai, yeah.
Oh yeah,
haven't
I
seen
would
it.
even if you haven't seen the previous Karate Kid,
It's not a great-
it's a very good storytelling show. A lot of character development. It's beautiful.
Wait, is Cobra Kai in a Karate Kid spinoff?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's technically
Oh.
like a Karate Kid sequel spinoff. It takes
Oh, I've
place.
seen Karate Kid. It's been
Yeah.
a while, but I've seen it.
The original or the Jaden Smith one? This is very
The
important.
original.
Okay.
Snyder Queen
fine.
said, I heard Karate Kid is getting a shady sequel or something. Yeah, that's true. And
hear about
apparently
that,
it's going to be somewhere in the timeline. I've heard some guesses, and I think that it might make sense. Maybe a young Miyagi.
Ooh.
Could
Don't
be
mess
that.
that up.
That could be that. Like, leading up to Karate Kid, maybe. I don't know.
Still a bad way to teach karate. I'm sorry. Chores do not teach someone karate.
What's that?
Chores do not teach someone karate. That was the worst
What?
karate instructor.
What are you talking about, man? Even
What?
Jackie
Wax on,
Chan,
wax
pick
off?
up your jacket, put it on, throw it on. I learned that, and I was like, man, I know kung fu now.
Like, I'm just sorry. Like, painting the... no.
Yeah,
painting the
that's
fence.
tragic retro.
Wax on, wax off, bro. Like, come on. It's great life lessons.
Yeah, I think he just wanted chores done in his house for free. That's what he wanted.
Hey,
RFP
you don't say that out
Curry,
loud,
yeah.
okay? Mr. Miyagi's a good guy.
He's a guy.
I think he's
He
a
means
con
well.
man. Mr. Miyagi's a con man.
No. Mr. Miyagi's a goat. No questions asked.
Yeah, socks. That was a very sad day. I like the occasional Marvel jokes. Being a DC fan, but that was a very sad day. Because I remember Stan Lee showing up for little clips of promoting Marvel stuff years and years ago. Stuff like the old Spider-Man show and things like that, and had a really big connection to Stan Lee.
Well, when I
mean,
played the game, the Spider-Man PS4 game, it was sad because I played it after he died, and he had a little cameo in that game too.
Yeah. And then in the sequel, they made a statue of it in that video game for him.
I need to get further in the Miles Morales you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
I need to get further in that game.
What
What does the Savage Fat think of Looper? Is that the Bruce Willis one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've not seen it in a while. It was all right. I'd have to rewatch it. But that's Ryan Johnson, isn't it? So, yeah. Unlikely.
You might like... He also directed one of the best episodes of Breaking Bad. You know the episode where Hank died? Ryan Johnson directed that episode.
Oh,
wait. Has anyone not seen
it
Breaking
did.
Bad?
Snyder Queen's put it there. It was the tug of war. That's what it was. And that was what, So,
Here's a
Snyder Queen, you
controversial
really
opinion.
need to see Prey. It
I
really,
haven't seen it either.
goes back to its simplicity of the filming. The way it was done is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
They didn't, go over the top, silly things and all that. It was, it's a really, really good. Still prefer Predator 1 and Predator 2. Yeah, well, they're iconic. Never. Predator 2, I love Predator 2. I hate people trash that on the internet.
I don't know
It's such
why.
a good movie,
It's
no
so
way.
good. The lore it
Crazy.
built around the Predators, it's like phenomenal, man. I love Predators.
Yeah, I know. It's, I hate
I
it when
mean,
people
making the
say that.
city the jungle, it was genius.
Yeah, living one, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super pro.
Sorry.
So I'm well behind in the chat because of when Mikey
Mikey's
come
on.
on. Dreamwalker 2 news. Yeah, we're sort of
All
like
response.
another dimension here.
Well, I can't wait for Silver and Gold. Gold. That's the one Silver and Gold. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one. I mean, maybe because you said we were all going to be in it, so I'm a little biased. But
yeah.
what can I say? I'm
He's like,
biased.
I just want to see my page with my art, and that's it.
Yeah, same. No, come on. It's true. I can't wait to see my character. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Around the World in 80 Days. He says, "No, not my statue of me."
Last week, Mikey gave us said that Savage Bat, Zodwriter, and I were going to have some stuff to do for Dreamwalker
I did hear that. Yeah, I do recall him saying that recently too, right?
last week.
Yeah,
was the
there's
last
going to be
show.
some metaverse stuff where we're going to have to read out the lines, kind of thing, act it out a little bit, and then the links to our YouTube channels are going to be in the book. So you read in the book, then go on YouTube to finish that part of the story, type thing. A little bit like they did with the Army of Thieves. The YouTube thing. You could go on YouTube and it had Matey's safe cracking thing on it, didn't
Yeah.
it?
That's so
that was
cool.
cool.
I remember that. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
Zack Snyder, and that's the thing with Netflix. They went all in to where whatever idea popped up in Zack's thoughts, because that's where he came from. He used to do ads and marketing, and he did a whole commercial with Michael Jordan and stuff like that. So that's his marketing skills is some of the best, which is why he's one of the biggest social media following out of all the movie directors.
It's all part of his craft.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He marketed Zack Snyder's Justice League. That marketing came from him, like the trailers and.
His name was bigger than the Justice League logo.
Yeah.
In case you didn't get it, it's a Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah, X-Men stuff incoming. Yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of X-Men. Bit worried, to be honest with you, with the MCU, but
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, not only that, it's just when you think about Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, but Chris Evans will always be Captain America, and I think a lot of people will look at Hugh Jackman as always being Wolverine. That guy, whoever they choose, while I'm sure he's going to do a good job, and I know they're going to probably go a little bit more of the comic book accurate with the costume and everything, but that's going to be a scary job to do.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever is going to do it has to have the confidence.
It's like a fine line they're walking.
Yeah.
Well, at least they don't have to worry about that with Darth Vader. At least they will never have to get a new Darth Vader actor again.
Okay, looks like I might have to buy a 10 for work. Yeah, Mads Mama Bear in the house. Thank you for showing up. That's brilliant. Big fan. Yeah, so bloody hell, and my wish of Ben Affleck interacting with Constantine. That would
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward just seeing that connected universe. Well, something I brought up in my very first episode of Batman's Thoughts is that Ben Affleck was the first Batman to actually be in that connected universe. Because we never got that before.
Is that 5 a.m.? Oh, right. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I may be able to make it. Not sure.
Is anyone else hearing ocean type sound? Or is that just me?
No, that's a train.
Oh, okay. But there was some.
You live near a train station?
Train track.
Train track, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going at 5 a.m.
Well, at least my headphones aren't broken. I was worried about that.
Yeah.
Final space from all platforms. Ranty O'Donnell. Oh, hi.
Another one.
I don't know what Final Space is.
No, I'm not sure what that is. Have to clarify that.
Final Space.
Terminator was my very first VHS purchase. Yeah, and do you know what, 4K? I just recently watched the last Blockbuster documentary, and the Terminator, when it was first released in 1984, I think, was $99. I don't know what the exchange rate is now, but for a movie, because they hadn't thought out how they were going to, do the home releases, to make their money back. But $99 in 1984 for the Terminator, that's crazy stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. So that
Yes.
so mad at Netflix.
Yes, I was.
You know what they're trying to get us to eat? Insects like in the Snyder thing. Yeah, that was gross.
The scorpions on a stick. Why not?
Wax off, wax on, Doc.
Not good teaching.
That's the protein.
It's canon.
Yeah, Miles is coming out on PC, so that's coming out pretty soon. And then Gotham Knights is coming out on the same day as Black Adam.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Starship Troopers. Hey, brilliant.
Thank you for noticing that. One of the hidden gems of my life. That I love that film.
Yeah, that's great. And that was the guy that done RoboCop. Was Paul Verhoeven who done Starship Troopers, and there was a lot of narrative in that.
Yeah,
that was a lot. That was digging at society in general about the whole war thing. Would
you like to know more?
Yeah, that was great. Well, got to go. See you later. Great stream. Oh, thank you, baby girl. See you later. You've probably gone already, so I'm so behind. Chris Ron Johnson, terrible movie. Yeah, to be honest with you, even if it's a good movie, I'm going to say it's terrible.
Well, at least you're admitting it.
I'm so jaded too, man. It's like
there's no way I'm ever going to forgive him for that. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, you can't live that down, man.
Yeah.
Well, here's a take. I think it would have been better if Ryan Johnson did all 3 movies versus just one, because then at least we would have gotten a consistent type of vision.
He probably would have killed everyone in the first film. Like Luke, goodbye. Han Solo, goodbye.
Well, you know what? At least it would have built off that instead of another director deciding, nope, we're not going to do all that.
I really feel like J.J. Abrams, like, he didn't know what happened with The Last Jedi. Then he sat down and saw it in theaters and was like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Yeah. That's not where I was going.
That's why I don't blame J.J. Abrams for Episode 9, honestly, because he
Snyder Critic's got a good point here. Episode 7 is actually an all right movie.
It's okay, but it's the same thing.
It's the thing about J.J. Abrams. When he directs movies, he's really good at doing the mystery box thing, and that's where Force Awakens succeeds. Yeah. But the problem is, Ryan dropped the ball on that.
Yeah. It just ruined it. And every time there's even a slight little reference to the sequels in The Mandalorian or whatever, I'm like, oh no, please. Just no. Because there's, if you're a fan of the Clone Wars and Rebels, the Veil of the Force, which you can pull people in and out of time, space and stuff.
Yeah.
Really hoping that Veil of the Force just fucking deletes the sequels entirely.
Thank you, bro. I really love that. To me, I don't
seriously
even 7, 8, 9 anymore. I don't consider it part. I know it's canon technically right now, but for me, my head canon, I don't even look at 7, 8,
9. No, neither do I. And it's such a shame because, like I was saying, Force Awakens was, it was a good film. And I remember the hype as well. It was really buzzing about the Force Awakens. I think Carl Urban is a perfect Wolverine. Yeah,
he'd be good. He would have been good.
Bit tall, but we've had that with Hugh Jackman. He was too tall. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the 50-50 comment in the chat.
Yeah, 50-50. That guy, man. Oh dear. Optimus
50-50. Is there something I'm missing?
Still streaming.
No, it's in still streaming. Yeah, the Prime thing.
Okay, so I still haven't seen it yet. I need to.
Oh, I finished it like this morning. It was, because I had to watch part of it last night.
When I got second home. VHS, yeah. I get that. Apocalypse, non-zombie movies are a weakness for me. Yeah, same. Wonder Woman Day, October 21st. I think that's the same day Tales of the Jedi comes out, I think. Or is it 23rd?
Black Adam.
Black Adam, Gotham Knights is on that same day.
Oh, right.
So there's fun.
Oh, so one, yeah. Right, got you.
Well, so Mikey keeps talking about Wonder Woman 3 in the scoops, but here's what I don't get is, how can we have Wonder Woman 3 when we didn't even have Wonder Woman 2?
Yeah. Sorry, DC is saying about Aliens, 4K. Aliens is actually my #1 movie of all time.
Just watched that last night.
Yeah, I watch it all the time. I've got, and please, if someone's listening, release the rest of the Alien movies on 4K and in steelbooks, for God's sake. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Like the best films. Yeah.
Well, guys, my Wonder Wife is telling me that dinner is ready, but I just want to say, Savage, brother, it's always a blast.
Thank you so much for coming, Trey.
Love all the Delta Squad streams we're doing together. Love the Zod show that you're doing. It's fire. Guys, for some of you, I think it's my first time hanging out with you. It's been a pleasure, man. It's good to see you. Hopefully we can do more of this because I always have a great time. But I just want to say, man, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you so much, Trey. Absolute legend.
See you there, guys.
See you soon. Right. Right, I'm going to try and make a Wonder Woman edit on Wonder Woman Day. I'm going to try.
Going to edit Wonder Woman 1984, maybe?
Yeah, at least they should have died together. J.J. Ron Johnson have done the whole sequel, not both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
that was the biggest issue because I think he had one vision.
Issue. The OG turned Luke into Captain Runaway. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Even if Carrie Fisher didn't die, we were never going to get all three of them together because Han Solo already died in Force Awakens. So whether or not Carrie Fisher lived, we probably would not have gotten all three of them reunited like that.
Yeah, that's a good point, Retro. I think Rian Johnson didn't want to make any movie in the sequel trilogy. He was forced to do it in order to make the ones he really wanted to make. Yeah, get your name on the poster and get that big Star Wars money. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is all about money.
Yep.
Yeah, it does so. I give you that. Luke Skywalker wasn't in any of the sequel. That wasn't Luke. It wasn't. It was.
Even Mark Hamill agreed, I think.
Yeah, Mark Hamill said
he was telling everyone.
There's actually footage of Mark Hamill crying while he was doing the filming because he was so disappointed in the way that they portrayed his character. And he wasn't shy about it either. He doesn't talk about it much now, but all the stars have came out and said the same thing. John Boyega, Daisy Ridley as well, made a statement saying there was lots... None of us knew what was going on for a start, so I don't think Disney knew what was going on. And they changed a lot. Like John Boyega's character, Finn, becoming a Jedi Knight. What a wasted opportunity.
He was so interesting in the first movie.
That was interesting character in the first movie. I just visioned him having a green lightsaber, becoming a Jedi Knight, getting a bit of help.
It's like
from Luke
getting
and
the
stuff.
perspective from an actual stormtrooper, like he's a real person.
So stupid, and that was kind of in a plan. And John Boyega actually said they used me, being black, as to get that demographic into the film, and then threw me under the bus after getting that hype going with the character. It's just, I've got well behind.
You're well behind, man.
Well, Trey just left, so you're not.
Oh right, no, I'm not. Thank you very much for coming, Trey. It's excellent. You the man. Really looking forward to our Delta Squad streams in the future. Absolutely love it. Star Wars is, subscribe to the motherfucking Batman, the Savage Bat. Yeah, hate for edits. I'm not that far behind. Bat Dan's thoughts. Subscribe.
The person who needs to give up on Anakin.
Yeah. What was it? Yeah. Needs to give up there.
Oh, I'm going to ask Mikey Sutton this debate question next week. I'm going to ask him, do you think Obi-Wan gave up too soon?
Yeah.
That's a good question,
Yeah, Ryan didn't have any love for Luke Skywalker. No, not at all.
He didn't do his homework.
No, he didn't. Definitely not. It's... I'm glad that we're getting this new Star Wars content, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's done a lot of great stuff with Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, it's pissed off a lot of sort of purists.
Yes, some of those guys... I'm going to say it like this. A lot of the people who hate Disney Star Wars are ironically the reason that Disney owns Star Wars in the first place. Because a lot of these people hated on George Lucas. Which is why he sold it. And now all of a sudden they're acting like they always loved George Lucas. And I'm like, no, you hated on him for the prequels. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was terrible. But it's easy to say it now, but I genuinely wasn't one of those haters of the prequels. I went to see all of them the day they came out, and the biggest one for me is Attack of the Clones. It was the first time seeing Yoda fight with a lightsaber, and
I remember that when I was a kid.
Count Dooku was one of my favorite characters in the whole saga, as well. So that was great. But now that is critically panned as one of the worst Star Wars films.
Way too much hate.
It's got some terrible dialogue in it, but that was George Lucas's intention, I think.
I'm going to say something.
He was bragging about. Sorry.
I was going to say, I don't hate the sand line. I think the hate for the sand line is blown over proportion. Like, when I heard about it, I thought it was a whole conversation. Then when I rewatched it, I was like, it's one freaking line? Why are we bitching about this so much? He's an awkward teenager. Who cares?
Yeah, it's a meme or whatever.
Like,
yeah, I mean, and that critic made that comment. Not one piece of memorable dialogue in Attack of the Clones in the prequels, I think he said.
Well, George Lucas was like bragging about having wooden dialogue, wasn't he?
Yeah, but you know how many memes and stuff have been made out of that dialogue, so it's been memorable, whether it's good or not.
Yeah,
I mean, everyone's still posting prequels memes now.
Well, there's like a combination of the Obi-Wan series and prequel meme mall where Obi-Wan's like, I have the high ground, and then Uncle Owen is like Maul had the high ground.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, the high ground thing was blown out of proportion as well because, you know, it's literally in the Art of War by Sun Tzu is the high ground tactic is a thing in the Art of War. So
the only issue was because of Episode 1. If it wasn't for Episode 1, I don't think that would have been such a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, prequels were awesome. Episode 2 wasn't great though. Yeah, well, I can understand why people don't like it, but just me particularly, I really like it for Dooku and Jango Fett. You know, he's one of my favourite characters in Star Wars. Jango Fett, he is brilliant. But I know I understand. Yeah, I understand why people didn't like it though. You know, it's just one of them things.
You know, they could have made the prequels actively better than the sequels. Make Darth Jar Jar the bad guy in Episode 9.
No, Batman. That is a fucking awful idea.
I've seen a theory that Jar Jar is really a Sith Lord, and that clumsy thing was just an act to fool people.
Oh, come on.
That's a legit theory.
Yeah.
I've seen
the dialogue
memes on
is
that. I've seen memes on that, by the way. Of Sith Jar Jar, by the way.
Yeah, well, the Sith Jar Jar has been going around for years because his eyes are really yellow, and he sort of inadvertently gives Chancellor Palpatine the emergency powers as well. So there's loads of indicators that he could be a Sith Lord, but I'm totally not down for that.
The only thing that kind of raised my eyebrow was when Jar Jar like raised his hand talking to Padme as if he was like manipulating her with the Force, you know?
Yeah, Mikey was right. Zaslev got his eyes on Will Smith as return as Deadshot. Yeah, well, that's
it's his birthday today, I think.
What, Will Smith?
Yeah, and what's nice is that in the comments and retweets of some Chuck Martreat wishing Will Smith happy birthday, there's not a lot of comments about the slap, honestly. A lot of people were just saying happy birthday, Will Smith. Will Smith is not as blacklisted as people think he is. Like people.
But Revenge of the Sith is my second favourite Star Wars movie. It's Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One for me. That's my top three. I'll save the others for another show, but that is definitely my top three.
I like Revenge of the Sith. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
Say the prequels aren't quotable is insane. I know, it's like if people say hello there, do you know what I mean? It's like there's so many lines in it that are hilariously stupid, that just caught on. You know, that was obviously the intention by George Lucas, because he says, you know, I know, you know, it's like, you know, look. Mark Hamill said one day, "There's not anything in the original Star Wars movie that a normal person would say to another person. It's just you know, the dialogue. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, that's no moon. You know what I mean?" Yeah, 4K episode 2 is my favourite prequels. It connects the story. Yeah, episode 3 for me. Yeah, episode 3 is definitely the best of the prequels in my eyes, anyway. You know, it's terrible. I sound like a proper Sith Lord. We've said about this before, because all three of my top three, the good guys lose.
Oh yeah, that works. Huh?
Yeah.
in Rogue One. I mean, they died, but they succeed in their objective.
Yeah, Rogue One. I mean, Rogue One, I was totally blown away by that. And so thankful for it after the sequels being so shit. Do you know what I mean?
Well, because they had a legitimate story with that one. That's why that one I think was the best. It wasn't a film that was made just to make, like Han Solo or the sequel trilogy. They had a story that they actually had. And it fixed a big plot hole in A New Hope, too.
Well, it'd be kind of hard to mess that up because the whole movie was based on one paragraph, wasn't it? In the for the Rogue One.
Oh right, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Based off a paragraph in what?
In the scrolling down bit at the beginning, you mean?
In the scroll, yeah.
Yeah, in the scroll at the beginning. Yeah, that's right. But it's obviously not canon, but in the games it was Carl Catan. I can't remember which one, Dark Empire or something like that. And he was the one that stole the Death Star plans. That was the story of the game. Was stealing the Death Star plans.
So that didn't happen?
No. But they might write that character into Star Wars somehow.
Oh yeah, they'll cherry pick it. What works and what doesn't.
He's a very popular character with the fans.
Like Grand Admiral Thrawn.
What's that?
Like Grand Admiral Thrawn.
What?
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yeah, that was another one. From the books. I can't wait to see him in Ahsoka and Mandalorian season 3. Spoiler alert, people.
Oh, wait, is this something Mikey told you?
No. It's just that's what they've said. That's what they've said. That's how it's going to be a Thrawn thing. He's going to be the main villain of the Mandalorian verse, if you like.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, well, there's already been clues in the show. He's coming back because they're looking for Thrawn, aren't they?
Well, that was for the Ahsoka backdoor pilot episode. I knew it was going to be Ahsoka, but I didn't know it was going to be a Mandalorian, too.
Yeah, I think they're going to connect. Yeah, somehow. Nice. I'm not 100% about that, but it does seem that way. That it's all going to kind of do a little bit of an Avengers thing where they all meet up and we'll possibly see Ezra Bridger. No, we are going to see Ezra Bridger. Yeah, that's been confirmed. That's the guy from the
Rebels.
Yeah, no, I know that. I meant the actor from Aladdin, the live action.
Disney Aladdin, yeah.
Disney Aladdin. Now he's playing Ezra.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be quite cool. So, yeah, it's... well, I'm caught up with the chat there. Yeah, so... Teledare Players has gone off there. I don't know what happened there. So, with the Snyder thing... Snyderverse, restore the Snyderverse. We've got... it's just a waiting game now for October, which Sil Abdul and Mikey Sutton have said we're going to be, getting some big news then. It's either going to be the Black Adam Superman cameo, but hopefully some more stuff,
Ayer cut. Announced the Ayer cut already.
October would be a good day, a good time to release it. And a physical release as well. I really want to own the Ayer cut as well, not just the streaming thing. Yeah, for part of the collection. And if Mikey Sutton's saying about Will Smith coming back, then that Ayer cut will really kind of be an important canon to this whole future universe. So it's
also, Mikey said for Suicide Squad 2, I can't even say what I'm most excited for. I mean, David Ayer's Suicide Squad 2, because that's members' information, but a certain character is going to return in that movie. I'm so excited.
Right. Yeah, Snyder Queen can't wait to buy the Ayer cut. Yeah, definitely. Be a good idea if they maybe released it, surprise release in October maybe, and then release the physical for Christmas. roll the money in. That would be a great one.
Then I can put it on my Christmas wish list. I always
wouldn't that be nice to be able to to add that to Zack's trilogy, and Wonder Woman. I like to think is a proper Snyderverse movie.
Phase 1 restored.
Yeah, to add that to the collection would be great.
What would be better though if we got the original Superman. Wonder Woman?
Yeah, head or no head. That is the question. Superman. Yeah, I don't think that Zaslav would be that stupid to annoy the fans with a headless cameo. To be honest with you, because that would really affect his stock, market money, shares and stuff. Because the Henry Cavill thing is a touchy subject. Everyone wants him back.
Well, I think Zaslav saw the reaction to the Justice League silhouettes.
Yeah, and the disappointment at the Comic-Con when The Rock, people was walking out because The Rock made some comments about Henry Cavill.
Man, I saw The Rock's heart drop when it happened.
I know. I felt sorry for him because
me too.
He's a performer and an artist, and
I mean, he has to be used to it. He did wrestling and all that shit.
We're going to see Cavill. We have to. Yeah, we have to. It was, There's no messing about now because that was that kind of thing would actually bury Warner Brothers if they did that.
Well, there's too much hype for it now. There's too much assumption.
It's just too much. There's too much hype. Yeah. The chances of Henry Cavill not showing up now, is zero. Yeah.
It's silly at this point.
Yeah. And so, right, we'll just do a quick roundup before we'll close up. Because it's getting on nearly 2 hours now. What are you guys most looking forward to? Whatever about Restore the Snyderverse. Go start with you, Taladar. What you're most excited for, and whatever about the Snyderverse coming up.
For me, it's all about Henry Cavill's return, Black Adam, The Flash obviously coming up, and Aquaman with Ben Affleck involved. So I'm really excited for all of those movies.
Yeah, same. And I wasn't going to go and see any of them because of the situation we was in before the old regime. And I'm going to go and see all of them. I think maybe not Shazam. Just I'm not really a fan of Shazam. I might do. I have to see. Yeah, how about you, Dan?
I would say I'm excited for Henry Cavill and Black Adam. And for the movie I'm the most excited for coming up, I would say is the Flash movie all the way. I'm excited to see multiple Justice League like Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Cyborg. Getting a little optimistic, and Ezra Miller's performance that Mikey and Sil keep hyping up. I am just really looking forward to see Ezra Miller knock it out of the park. Do not worry about this latest article, people. It's just saying public opinion is still a thing. That's all.
Yeah, well, we'll talk a little bit of that before we close up. Again, cancel culture, not knowing the full story with Ezra. And, it's public opinion on these things, is terrible, because he's obviously been having a bit of a rough time. But that crap about the more serious stuff, that's definitely not true. It's all been debunked, and Ezra's apologised, and is making efforts to turn his life around. So I don't know what people want, from these actors, but it's terrible, and the lack of sympathy for mental health in general is disgusting,
especially when that's what this is all about. Is
especially from the Snyder fans after AFSP and stuff like that. Really, having a go at Ezra, and he's said that he wants to get help, and he's got some issues and stuff. So that really is that ain't Snyder, Yeah. Yeah, Integrity Warrior. Zack is back. He will direct Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 starring Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill. Zack Snyder's Justice League has relaunched the Snyderverse. This is the first big do-over in cinematic history. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Yeah, Retro Nerd Girl. Yeah, sorry about that. It must have been your internet, but we'll definitely get you back if you're around for more in the future. If we get that sorted out. Because, big fan of yours. I'd love to hear your input and stuff. So we'll definitely do more of that. Hopefully you get your internet fixed or something. But yeah, I'm excited for all the movies that are coming up in the DCU. I'm hoping we get the whole pantheon of DC characters. Well, that's it. That's what's most important, and done well and properly. Not like the Hamadaverse was going that direction. Was doing. Hello, the era of incompetence for DC on film is over. That's right. That is right. We're in a new age with David Zaslav. He's not mucking around, as we know. I'm willing to give the Flash movie a chance since Ezra said he was sorry and wants help. There you go, Socks. This is, what more do people want from him? And I think a lot more of the stuff to do with Ezra will be publicly debunked and proven wrong. And I think it's, this has always been the case. Very irresponsible of these big pages like Variety and, Rolling Stone, things like that, running these stories from people that it's just you could just make up anything about anyone in this day and age,
and there's no
and
consequence.
They will print it without no consequence of your actions. What have we learnt from the Amber Heard trial? She's said these accusations about him, and he lost his job over it. And justice was served, and she lost her job.
Yeah, I didn't see Fantastic Beasts because of the whole Johnny Depp thing. I'm
not a major fan of the Harry Potter films. They're all right, I just didn't get it. And funny enough, my cousin, who's a costume designer, done the costumes for Chamber of Secrets. So he'll be really annoyed for me saying that.
Especially on a public stream that everyone can see.
What's that?
Especially on a public stream.
I know. Yeah, so he's probably watching that. He also done the costumes for Dredd. That was actually him. And wow. He won an Oscar and a BAFTA for The Duchess with Keira Knightley. That was a proud moment for our family. He went up on stage. Michael O'Connor, his name is, went up on stage, and it was Daniel Craig and Sarah Jessica Parker was the guests that gave him his, award.
That's cool.
It was really cool. Maybe get him on the channel one day for a little talk about his experience doing Dredd.
Hell yeah.
That was really good time for me because I'm a comic book fan. And he asked me a few questions about it and said, do you want to put any input in? And I said, never take the helmet off. And it has to be R-rated. It's got to be really violent. The comics were like really, really violent, back in the day. And I got to read the script as well, which I wasn't supposed to. It was out. It was on his table. And it actually said "for your eyes only" on it. I was like, ooh.
What that means?
Yeah, but yeah, no, it was really cool. I didn't leak any of it, so no one got in trouble.
Wink.
Yeah. Right, thanks for coming, people. And we'll be doing this every Sunday, weather permitting. Fingers crossed. So, are you on Facebook, Taladare, or?
Yeah, I have a Facebook, but I don't really use it as much.
No, you're more of a Twitter guy.
I'm a Twitter guy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the opposite, you see. But I can always send you links on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, because Twitter is a lot easier for me because I'm as a YouTuber myself, because I'm covering games and slowly diving into DC because they're relaunching the Snyderverse everything now, so I want to go back into that and dive into that on my YouTube page and everything. So I said the best way to do things is Twitter, interact with people, and help the people, you guys, you, Sil Abdul, Mikey Sutton, all these different people, and just help you guys as much as I can.
Yeah, it's cool. So yeah, check out Taladea's YouTube channel. What's it called? Taladea Plays.
Yeah, my YouTube page is Taladia Plays, and
Taladea Plays.
Yeah, and I cover from everything from DC video games, DC movie trailers that I've just done a reaction to Black Adam, which was a first time reaction ever. And slowly I'll be doing live streams myself and getting viewers involved.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll be up for that. And you're always welcome back here, mate.
Thank you very much.
Just drop me a message on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Because like I said, I'm going to be doing this every Sunday, and we'll kind of be regulars on here, like you guys, and then I'll just sort of get some more different people in to, mix it up a little bit. The aim is really just for this to be like the sort of chill out lounge for Restore the Snyderverse and anything really, just for people to come and talk about what they love, the geeky stuff. Little Mermaid, yeah.
Yeah. Bunch of grown men talking about a little girl's movie.
The Savage Bat, yeah. It's not so savage. Yeah, huge advocate for the Little Mermaid. That's brilliant, though. But, it's all fun and games. And right, anyway, we'll wrap it up there. And thank you. Shout out to everyone in the chat. And if you're watching on the replay, thank you. All your views matter. Make sure you like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. The Snyderverse is coming. Don't you worry about that. Peace out, people. It's inevitable. Yeah, it's inevitable, Mr. Anderson.
You know this.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. It's always good. Thank you. Thank you, Snyder Queen. Right. Yeah, so that's it. Batman out.